Welcome to Man Matters Podcast, where combat sports, mindset, and real-life lessons collide. Hosted by Dervin and Nate, we dive into Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, MMA, and the grind that shapes athletes inside and outside the mat. Every episode we bring stories, strategies, and raw conversations that fuel growth, resilience, and community. Stay tuned because it's more than a fight, it's a lifestyle. Hello, welcome back to Man Matters Podcast with Nate and myself, Dervin. And this week, combat sports gave us everything: emotion, history, and surprises that reminds us why we love this game. From José Aldo's final walkout in Rio, to Charles Oliveira rebirth as the Predator, to Marcelo stepping back into the mats with a new challenge. And we got a lot to cover. Plus, UFC 323 just dropped a fight card. That's pure fire. Let's jump right in. How's it going, man?
It's going good. How are you?
Doing good, man. I'm pumped up, man. It seems like they're ramping up matches around this time of the year.
Yeah. They're getting some pretty good lineups here.
Yeah. First of all, José Aldo's his walkout finally giving like a king's farewell because he's considered like the king of Rio de Janeiro, one of the pioneers of the sport from there. Remember, he's crazy. Whenever he beat in Rio de Janeiro, he jumped into the car. Remember, people were picking him up.
Yeah.
Back then. His reign when he was his WEC, he was beating everybody in there. Like Cobb Swanson, crazy flying knee, knock him out. Then, for some reason, I think he was one of the first champions that whenever he came from WEC to the UFC, he was given that title. He didn't have to fight for the title because he was the reigning champion.
Wow. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. So they just gave him that title instead of having to fight for it. Inaugural title.
Well, it was well deserved.
Yeah. I think his first fight was against Mark Hominick in the Montreal card whenever Jake Shield versus Georges St. Pierre fought there. I think at the time he was the record for the biggest event. I think it was like 52,000 people there. Yeah. Georges St. Pierre was in his prime against Jake Shield.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I wonder what the biggest UFC fighters event is today.
I wonder because I remember Holly Holm beat that versus Ronda Rousey when they were in Australia. What would it be, gate? Or will it be just tennis?
I would think attendance, but
yeah, that's it. 57,027 UFC 243, October 6, 2019, Melbourne, Australia. Robert Whittaker versus Adesanya. They fight each other. That's a big one.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that match. I don't remember much else about that event, but I do remember the Adesanya Whittaker match.
Yeah, he used a crazy left hook. I think that's what it landed.
Yeah.
Because both of them threw it, but Adesanya landed better. The previous record was a UFC 193 in 2015. Was 56,240 spectator at the same venue.
Okay. They're just really into it over there.
Yeah. And then number 3 actually is Rogers Center, Toronto, Canada, 55,704. UFC 129. But back to José Aldo. In that fight, when he went against Mark, I think it was Mark Hominick, he went against. Yes, it was. He had staff going to the fight. It's antibiotics, you know. Because a lot of people saw him that he was like untouchable. They thought he was probably from cutting weight, 145.
Yeah.
But he was on antibiotics, and he won the 5 rounds against him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 5 rounds.
Yeah, fighting on antibiotics, how much that kills. Yeah, wow. That's crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he fought the whole 5 rounds.
My goodness. That's mad impressive. Just, yeah.
And then one of his losses was that most notorious, no pun intended, losses was against the notorious Conor McGregor. And he was like so focused on trying to finish Conor that he just went like a bull.
Mm-hmm.
Got caught with he was a left hook that caught him, I think.
I think so, yeah.
He stepped back, left hook, boom, caught him, because he was just blitzing in.
That was wild. I expected that to at least be like a decent drawn out match.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I like.
It was like 18 seconds on left.
Yeah, it was something like that. Because I remember like it was late watching that match, thinking, we're gonna have another like half hour to go, and then boom, it's done. I was like, what? Oh my gosh! I remember everybody in the room was standing up and yelling. That
It
was
was
crazy.
crazy. He was jumping the cage. I was like, what the fuck? Missed
Yeah,
Big Mac stroke again. Because I thought José Aldo would come in more of like a leg kick attack, take away Connor's legs first, so that you have to get to him in the strikes. Because I mean, usually José Aldo used to step away from leg kicks that you like, for example, the against Uriah Faber, because of potential of getting taken down. But Conor McGregor is not a takedown guy.
exactly. Yeah, yep, yeah. They worked pretty well against him. I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But and then, but then after that, he stopped doing so many leg kicks too.
yeah.
Another crazy thing about him, he could potentially play soccer professionally. He was a good soccer player, but he went on, decided to become an MMA fighter.
Wow, that's crazy. He must have really liked MMA because I mean the money is so much better in soccer. I'm sure.
Yeah, much better. But I thought he's smaller too, though. Play soccer, so that weight class is better than competing in soccer because he's shorter. Oh, his journey from the favelas to WEC, that's what he's known for. Well, he was one of the pioneers for the Brazilian MMA when he was a featherweight at 145. He lost against Conor McGregor, and then he had like a bounces back. I mean, he lost against Max Holloway, I think twice, but they were like the title. They went against each other, but then he decided to go down to 135 and beat some people. I mean, he even beat Moicano. I think at 145. He's like that was later in his career. He's trying to find ways to win. Who else did he beat like later in his career? Um, that was surprising wins because remember he retired at one point and he decided to come back and fight again.
Right.
Welterweight, and not welterweight, but bantamweight. He beat Rob Font, Pedro Munoz, Marlon Vera. He beat Jeremy Stevens, TKO. That's the one because he lost. He lost against Conor McGregor. Came back, beat a decision against Frankie Edgar. At 145. They were against Max Holloway twice, back to back. He lost TKO in the third round. Both of them. Jeremy Stevens beat TKO in the first round. Then against Renato Carneiro, second round, TKO wins. Yeah, we'll run into Volkanovski, champion. Marlon Moraes, champion. Petr Yan, champion. I mean, he got a lost split decision against Marlon Moraes and the decision against Volkanovski. But then he got TKO by Petr Yan after that. Then he got 3 wins again. One of them included Rob Font, which is not Punk. And then he lost against Merab Dvalishvili. I think that was a Utah fight. They fought against him.
I didn't realize him and Marab had a matchup actually.
Yeah, that's Merab was coming in through a third. Like he was beating people. Remember, because he beat him, beat Cejudo. I can remember another one that he beat. Jonathan Martinez, and then he had 2 losses. Mario Batista, and then against Faraz Sahabi's brother, Ayman Sahabi. He lost against him. Which that one he didn't make weight in the last
Yeah,
fight.
I think I do remember that one.
Well, I don't know if that was a 135 or if he was 145. Other thing. Well, I mean, he's probably Hall of Famer. He's already a Hall of Famer. I forgot. He's in the Hall of Fame, I think, for the Chad Mendes fight, the first one. It was a brawl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the first time he retired. Now, will it be like, will you consider him a top 5?
At featherweight, I'm sure. Yeah. It's got to be.
Because you have Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and him. Would you rank McGregor as one of the greats at 145? Not so much because he never defended the title.
I would still think he is. The way he beat, I mean, yeah, the way he beat some of the top guys and just ran through everybody, I feel like he could have been. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is hard because, yeah, I mean, he's not defending, but yeah, I feel like he's got to be. I mean, the skill was there. the way he dominated was undeniable, even though
Yeah.
people hated him.
Yeah,
So,
José Aldo, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, all finishes.
Yep.
At 145. And those are the guys that upper echelon in that division. And that's what was noble to see him retire at home, walking out to run this down by Rihanna. That's his usually walkout song. And now the next one, we have Mike Beltran. He's the referee for the UFC, but he does other events too. But recently he was hospitalized because he had diverticulitis again, second time.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Inflammation of a diverticulum, especially in the colon, causing pain and disturbance of bowel function. Sounds terrible.
My wife, she is afraid of seeds for the same reason, because that one that causes the diverticulitis is seeds.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember Brock Lesnar, whenever he was out for a while, was because of diverticulitis. I can't remember how long. I think it's like 3 inches they had to remove from his intestine
My God.
because he had diverticulitis. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
And then Overeem when he came back, Overeem was just throwing body kicks, kicking the leg. So he was kicking in the midsection. But yeah, it is scary because you can go toxic fast, or septic rather.
Yeah.
It is the second time he has had it.
That's really, Is it something that, like, I guess I don't understand it very well. Can they get rid of it? Is there a possibility that it comes back, or is it like, no, this is just another session? Like they got rid of it for sure the first time, but he's got it again from something else.
They said that look up. They says the causes is unknown for diverticulitis, but like usually diverticulitis is more common in older adults, with the verticula tend to form with age. Factors are low fiber diet, high intake of red meat, Brock Lesnar diet, consumption, chronic constipation can put pressure in the colon and increase the risk of diverticulitis. Weakened colon walls, as the colon walls become weaker with age. Bacterial infection, in some cases, bacteria can enter the diverticula and cause an infection leading to inflammation. Other factors are smoking, obesity, and certain medications may also play a role in the development of diverticulitis. Man.
Interesting. Wow. That's crazy. I did not know about that.
1,000 ways to die, man.
Uh-huh.
1,000 ways to die. Everywhere, like new fear unlock. But I always give my wife shit for that because she when she gets like raw tomatoes, she doesn't eat like with the seeds. Take the seeds out. Like, how do you eat sauce? Do you like tomatoes? It's just like raw tomatoes, she don't eat them. Like sometimes it has seeds, she don't eat them.
Wow.
I was like, how do you eat sauce and other stuff? It's tomato. Like, yeah, it's not the flavor, it's that seeds. It's just like,
Wow. I mean, yeah, apparently that stuff's pretty bad.
yeah.
Caused by seeds?
Yeah. That's why she always tell me, like, some people they get it. Let me look it up. She lying to me. Let me give her a bowl of chai.
She actually just doesn't like tomatoes.
Yeah. Give her acai. Let me look it up.
Give her a pomegranate.
You know, the guy that looking up. Remember the videos? Is looking something up. He's typing Google into Google. Look it up Google. Seed nuts and popcorn do not cause diverticulitis and are not required to be avoided by people with diverticulitis disease. Current understanding of the diet and diverticulitis: high fiber intake is protective. Benefit of seeds and nuts. Seeds and nuts are excellent sources of dietary fiber. For example, high intake of nuts and popcorn. I wonder if it's just seeds of like vegetables rather than just like seeds that already been cooked.
That could be.
While seeds do not cause the condition, your doctor may recommend avoiding high fiber foods during the active diverticulitis flare up to give the digestive system a rest. Okay. The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah. Because how do
Lots of fiber.
Because how can you tell? Because some people have Crohn's disease and all the things like that. How can you tell is that they have diverticulitis, inflammation like
right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
that? Something ain't bad in my stomach. You know you have diverticulitis. Now let's talk about next one segment is Charles Oliveira. What about the statement that he made this past Saturday walking through Game Rod in 2 rounds?
Sorry, say that again?
What else kind of statement did he make by beating Game Run, because Game Run is a good like tough guy. He was like one like knocking right there at the door for Contender.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely still in it, you know? I don't know. There was a time there where I was nervous that he might. I think he lost a couple, 2 or 3 in a row or something like that. And I thought he was out of it, but no, I mean, he's definitely still
Especially
got it.
that one, that Topuria knockout. That one was like scary one.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
But do you watch when he was rolling with Game Run?
No.
Okay, so whenever they were going on the ground, he got taken down and he was going sort of a Williams guard attack from the bottom, grabbed the shoulder. He went for omoplata, but the guy was blocking it. But he has some sort of weird, instead of going for the omoplata, he grabbed the leg at the same time as he had the omoplata. So he kind of like a quasi Achilles lock in the omoplata at the same time. And whenever he like bailed out of the Achilles, he grabbed the arm from between the legs of the guy to keep it in place, so he won't be able to escape out of the omoplata. And then he figure four legs. So whenever he's trying to escape out of the omoplata, that whenever the guy was steering his arm, he figured for his legs, so he was doing the arm bar on him.
Dang.
But that's like, wow. Like I never thought of like I don't know those things go together like that.
Right. He does have some very impressive jujitsu, and because that's the thing too, is a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people criticize the MMA or the jujitsu in the MMA because it looks so simple, but he is actually able to bring like the higher level jujitsu in as well, which is really cool to see. Because to understand, like I don't even understand that level of jujitsu. Because in MMA it's so different. Because the fundamentals you have to stick to them, or they'll get out on top, or you get punched. You know, all that stuff. But he really can bring in some very impressive technical moves. It's done it before. Fights off the bottom sometimes too, which is also kind of crazy.
And then when he
But
gets you
yeah.
back, like he did with Chandler, he like blew his knee with a body lock.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was interesting whenever because he was trying to go for the omoplata, but every time he was trying to bring the leg over, he was getting blocked by the guy. So he was blocking it from him escaping by grabbing the leg. Kind of like instead of when you get a triangle, you go under the leg for defending.
Yeah.
I like to keep the position. He was going over kind of like Achilles on the leg and
Hmm.
attacking the omoplata on
Yep.
there. But it was weird, interesting. Because he was keeping control of the hand whenever he was trying to escape. Because usually whenever you try to get out of the omoplata, try to get the hand out of the hip pocket. But he was turning that in. He was keeping control of the hand. He adjusted to a figure four to armbar the arm as he was trying to pull the arm out.
That is pretty cool. I'd like to see that.
It was an interesting sequence where I was like, especially with that leg, because usually whenever you go for the omoplata, you try to catch the far hip so you can get it flat.
Right. Yep.
He was taking the near foot for like Achilles.
Yep. That really is, yeah. That is an interesting.
Yeah. And I got pissed because oh man, I was pissed because I was you watching it through Disney Plus instead of ESPN on Plus. And they were in like between rounds, and usually they go into commercial. And then when I came back, he kicked me out. And then when I come back again, he was jumping in the car. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
My wife, she was leaving. I walk her around. Like shit. Because it was an early car too. I think it started at 7 instead of 10 p.m.
Okay. Yep.
So but man, okay, whenever a lot was like, damn it, like what the hell? Like a lot like he was jumping in the car, so we were like, what did I miss? How did he win? Damn it. And then
That's frustrating.
oh yeah, it sucks. Um he got a Nikki Rod, a rear naked choke. That's how he beat Game Rod. It's a jaw rear naked choke. And he
Yeah.
submitted him.
Yep. Those are killer.
He said the decision you have to make, how much are you willing to withstand that submission for you to escape?
Yeah. I mean, when that happens, like you feel your jaw starting to pop, like you can start hearing ticks in your skull. It's kind of like, oh my God, like this is going to get really bad if I don't tap soon. Because
Yeah,
I imagine his crank is pretty crazy. So
He has the most submission finishes for a reason in the UFC. Mm, and then you have to, when you're stuck in that position, you have to make a decision. Do you want him getting under your neck to finish the submission, or you go up and then he crushes your nose, which you can't breathe at all anyways.
Yeah, your nose, your lips going into your teeth. I mean, it's neither choice is pleasant.
You can try to wiggle your face, but still, I mean, he has to lock
Right.
in. He has to
Yeah.
lock in. This hard to get out there.
Yeah, especially the guys with the longer arms like that who can like really get it locked in, and then it's all back muscle at that point. He's not even having to like put his arms into it. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that is crazy.
What do you think this displace him? Do you think he put him right into title contention? Yeah. Support is still the champion.
Boy, it's hard to say. I mean, maybe it does, but I don't see that going well for him. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what your thoughts are, but
I think he's 1-3 now.
okay.
You think? I think he's 1-3 recently. I have to look it up because he lost against Islam Makhachev. He got submitted hitting arm. He lost a close match against what's the name? Tamra, number 2. And then he lost against Topuria. Anyway, he got knocked out.
Yeah.
And he beat Gamera in the finish home.
Yeah, I would think no. Then in that case, I would think maybe another couple fights, but at least to get him on a winning streak.
Yeah, I bring him Chandler again for third time. To be Arman, that's how he lost against. So he lost against Islam Makhachev. He lost against Arman, and that was a close, a split decision. That he beat. He's 2-3, I think. Because he beat Michael Chandler last year, and then he lost against Topuria in June this year, and he beat Gamrot. In the last 2 years, yeah, I forgot he beat Benil Dariush, TKO in the first round in 2023. I mean, 3-3, I guess.
Yeah, really, it's not as bad as I was thinking it was, to be honest. I was thinking he lost more recently.
But also, there's discussions about him challenging for the BMF. Isn't that 155 against Holloway?
That would be an interesting fight.
Yeah. They fought each other before. And Holloway won, I think.
Okay. That's kind of how I would see that going. I think it would be a pretty good matchup, but Holloway is very, yeah. I picture that. I feel like Charles takes a little bit longer to build up than Holloway. I feel like Holloway gets a rhythm very quickly and kind of just starts moving well.
Yeah, he gets a rhythm going. And when he go, like, he's one of the most strikes landed by a fighter as far as volume. Now, the grappling part, Holloway, I can't remember Holloway being in the grappling part exchange recently, has he? Most of the people he has been striking much, like Volkanovski, Rie, Singashi.
Mm-hmm.
Because he lost, now going back, it was 2015 when Max Holloway beat Charles Oliveira. The first round TKO.
Wow, it's been a long time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he wants to get his back, Charles Oliveira.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can make it a grappling match, Oliveira, do you think he will be able to get him?
I think so. Yeah. I'm sure Holloway's no slouch there, but Oliveira is very good on the ground.
But this that would be a fun fight.
That would. It really would. Even if either one decided to match the other at their strong point, they're both so good at both like grappling and striking that it would be bound to be a great fight, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, Charles has earned the BMF title because he has most submission and finishes in the UFC.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, he has earned it as far as like BMF.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think they have him against someone like Keishi to go to for the challenge for the 155, or just go for the BMF against Holloway? Which route do you think he should go?
Go up to 155 or fight for the BMF?
No, he's already 155. But
okay,
do you think he should work his way to the title for 155 against Topuria, whoever is the champion, or go for a BMF title that's already in that weight class too?
I would think going for the BMF would be the way to go.
Yeah, because
I mean,
he's 35 right now.
Yeah. I feel like he's on the decline, and yeah, I feel like the competition in that class is not declining at all.
Yeah. Especially somebody like Topuria. You see how he suplexed that kid?
I did. My gosh. Never go easy.
Oh, yeah. Freaking Masvidal set him up, the kid.
Yeah. The kid was like, oh,
Thought you were a striker. Oh, you're a wrestler now. Well, you have to remember, he's from Georgia. They wrestle there.
right. Yeah.
Somebody if you a striker, they wrestle.
Yeah. He's probably good at both.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be interesting to see what no two Bronx anymore. The Predator does now with the nickname. That weight class. I mean, where he goes from here. In your case, not for the grappling fans. The special announcement for one championship announced Marcelo Garcia versus Lachlan Giles. How dream of a matchup is that? Those two.
Dude, that is so cool. I'm so pumped for that match. Truly. Marcelo, I mean, watching Marcelo go against who was it?
Imanari?
Imanari. That was cool, but I think this next match is so much better, to be honest, because I think Lachlan Giles is gonna be extremely good going into this. He competed in ADCC. What was it? Not this last one, but the one before that?
Two. That's one.
Yes. Yes, that's right. And he got beat by one of the Rotolo brothers.
Okay.
But he is so good. I'm really excited for this. This is bound to be a great match.
Yeah. And I think about it, both of them have in common. They're known to be giant slayers.
Hmm.
Because remember, Lachlan Giles was known for his K guard and destroying guys that way. And then Marcelo Garcia with his arm drag and his Marcelo team just submitting people, taking people's back at will. Doesn't make both of them like kind of interesting. That old school flow versus modern K guard, like that makes it make matchups fun. I'm pretty sure Marcelo he has learned some as far as leg locks, as far as not to go into the game as much because he's pretty
I'm
good at
sure.
controlling like the upper torso.
Yes. Yeah. I'm really curious to see how he tries to shut down leg attacks. To me, that's one of the most exciting parts of this is just seeing how he approaches somebody who's that good at leg locks. It's just because I feel like his traditional, especially, I don't know, I feel like I relate to his game a little bit better. Just the more traditional, less leg lock prone. Yeah, I really love the north south choke, which he kind of made popular for a bit. Uh, so it's just so exciting to see him approach somebody like Lachlan Giles. And it's cool to see Lachlan Giles too, because he said this is one of the few matches that he would actually come out of retirement for.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
yeah. I mean, it's freaking Marcelo Garcia,
Right.
one of the goats.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's pretty undisputed. Like everybody who talks about Marcelo Garcia is, yeah, he's one of the goats.
We consider him a
So
Jedi master.
yes,
That's how
for
OG
sure.
he is. Like he just dominated everybody back then. I think the only guy that he was able to be was or get a win back was OG Gracie.
Okay.
And that's
Yep.
another guy that's fundamental. Like
Right.
really like fundamental sounding to grappling.
Gosh, that must have been a good match as well.
Yeah, because he was fundamental and also he's genetically gifted too. Roger Gracie. He's a monster. Did you watch his a match versus Puchecha when he came out of retirement? I think it's 2009.
I recently saw that again. It just popped up on my feed.
What do you
Dude,
feel about that?
the fact that he came out of retirement to beat one of the most dominant guys in the sport at the time. And then, yeah, showed that he could. And then,
Yeah,
that's
going back.
crazy. It really is. That's unheard of, in my opinion. You think somebody get rusty, but nah, he didn't.
Nah, dude, that was insane. Was it like a loop choke that he got him in? He had the back.
He had the back. Yeah, it was a lapel choke.
Yes.
But yeah. It was a good lapel choke though. It was again one of the very basic ones. One of the first ones you learn. It was you grab up here and then you just pull down on the other side with the other hand, and he cranked that, and it looked, oh my gosh, it looked tight.
Yeah, he didn't give him the option. Buchecha had to
Yeah,
give it up.
I'm sure he would have. Yeah, Buchecha would have gone out if he didn't have. There's no doubt.
Hey, that was in Brazil, so you don't want to go out in Brazil.
No.
Kind of like things that you over there. Hey, I think was it Hensel that was picking him up after that? Haji Gracie.
I can't remember that one. I don't know.
He's a wild one too. Like be fun to watch. This
Yes.
Marcelo Garcia versus Lachlan Giles.
When is that one supposed to happen again?
Let me see. December 5th. December card.
I gotta remember that one.
Man, mark your calendars, man.
Yes.
You see fight. I mean, one fight 38, that's where it's going. To be on Amazon Prime. Man, I'm pumped for that one. Speaking of cards about being pumped for that month, another one is UFC 323 was announced for Petr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili 2. Do you think that Yan can adjust to Merab relentless pace, or do you think Merab just proves his wrestling pressure again?
I think Marab's got it again. I really do. It's so hard to adjust for somebody who's got basically endless energy. You know what I mean? Like you can adjust your game, but I don't know. Having that kind of energy allows you to adjust as well. So I don't know. I don't see that going well for Yan.
Yeah, I think it's something crazy. Like he has the most takedowns in a match. I think. I don't know if he's in weight class or not. Merab Dvalishvili. He has. Now he will be. I think this will be four champion that he beat. No, he beat 3 champions that he'll be probably this year. So when Sean O'Malley September last year though, and he beat Sean O'Malley this year too. The Petr Yan, Henry Cejudo that he had beat.
Isn't he on track to have the most title defenses in the year or something like that?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I think he's going to tie Anderson Silva's record.
Okay.
5. If he beat this one, beat Petr Yan. I mean, Petr Yan used to be the champion too.
Yeah. That is next level. The work ethic of Merab is unquestionable.
Yeah. They said that he had 5 rounds practice the day of the fight.
Really?
How crazy is that?
Dude. That is unbelievable.
I think he had that cardio.
I'm curious, like, what his diet looks like. To have as much energy as he has, his metabolism has to be burning calories all the time.
That's why stress level, because how much stress are you in? Most people are like really high stress the day of the match, and you're able to have 2 matches in the same day. He was able to perform.
Easy.
Because some people have crippling anxiety the day of the match.
Right. Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's just like playing around, like, oh, okay, let's go to another match.
Dude.
Especially as they cut away all the stuff.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah. I can't even comprehend, to be honest. It's truly it's mind blowing.
He really, really did earn his name, the machine.
Yeah. Yeah, he just keeps going.
How he has to be studied. So he had Nurmagomedov in January. He had Sean O'Malley in June, Jorge Hagen in October, and Petr Yan in December. 5 of them in 1 year. 4 of them in 1 year. For titles.
Dude, I know we've talked about it before, but do you see anybody left in his division? I mean, he's mowing through them. What's that?
Only Song Yadong, the other one that he has.
Song Yadong, yeah.
The one that beat Henry Cejudo. But even like that, like, I don't know if he able to figure out that puzzle.
Yeah, after the abuse that Marab puts himself through, I don't know how much more you can do. you know, diving into ice.
Yeah, at first. But
yeah, like I don't know if you could damage him more than he's already done to himself.
Yeah, and something like usually you see like injuries. This like I haven't seen that he have any like
yeah
serious injury, especially somebody that's late his career. I think he's 34 now.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I wonder if part of that is him being smaller. I feel like smaller guys tend to be injured a lot less, stress on joints and all of that. But
still, the workload that he puts himself through, that's
true.
So yeah, that's true. How he don't get injured that way?
Mm-hmm. That's valid. Maybe he is. Maybe he just fights through it. I mean, a lot of people do. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he's like, "Oh yeah, I had a broken ankle for that one," but he just didn't mention it. Didn't occur to him to mention that.
If you work on one leg, you run on one leg. That's what he does. Still make up for the low workload.
Yeah.
Another fight that's gonna be the co-main event for that card is gonna be Alexandre Pantoja versus Steve Erceg Van. He had a crazy fight early on this year. Ursek. He had a late replacement. He was the wrong man. That's what it was. He had a late replacement in the last card against number 2, and he had a broken foot for the fight. Joshua Van, that's his name. No, Ursek. But he had a broken foot. He's from what's the place called? He's Burmese. What's the country? No,
Oh.
he's born in Hakka, Chin State, Myanmar. That's what it is.
Myanmar. Okay. Yeah.
That's where he's from. But he climbed up to the ranks. He was against Brandon Royval, UFC 317, the June 28 card of Oliveira versus he earned his because he was like basically a stand-up fight. And the guy, the Royval, he had a good like a jab fighting from the outside. But Joshua Van, he made it a brawl fight. Whenever he was going there, just win the exchanges. So he was getting beat and going in with the jab. But on the way out, he was cashing in with something always.
Okay.
That's what made it interesting. So I want to see how he does against Pantoja. Pantoja is a good grappler too. There's something that he did recently against Kaikara Pantoja, keeping his back. So instead of letting him go, whenever he had the back, instead of letting him go turtle, he wouldn't let him go turtle. He just kept his back while sitting the whole time. And he was controlling,
Okay.
like he was kicking the leg front on him. So he won't go to turtle. You feel more control when you have the back, kind of like sitting rather than when they go into turtle.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what he was doing.
Yeah. There's too much of a chance of going over the top in turtle, and yeah, you can't really get high enough to get to the neck if they're in turtle. Yeah, definitely. I feel like sitting is more controlling.
I wonder how Ben is going to do because he's more like a striker guy.
Yeah, that will be interesting. I wonder how the brawling style will work versus a grappler. I almost don't think that works well, but I could be off on that.
Yeah. Yes. But Pantoja will find a way probably, just like Hamza Chimaev, find a way to get it out to the ground. We were talking about Uber Eats. This guy used to be an Uber driver before he was in the UFC until he became a champion.
Okay, he's not the only one either. Isn't there several people who've done that?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Can't remember who they were.
if you have the time to do it, because it's a job that it's not like you have to like 9 to 5. Like I said,
Right. That's true. Yeah, you make your own schedule as much as possible. Yeah.
And most of the time, the cities where the big gyms are big cities. I think he's American Top Team. That's his gym. To South Florida, Miami.
That would be funny, wouldn't it? Go get picked up by a UFC driver.
Yeah. Well, what's his name used to be? He fought this weekend. Figueredo. He had a lot of jobs. He was a hairstylist. He was a chef, and also a fighter.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. He dyed his own hair. No, the red that he dyes on his. He doesn't tell. I can't remember what else he used to do, but he like a lot of like odd jobs was coming up the rankings. Jack of all trades.
He's tried it all.
Also, he's in that weight class. I don't know how much he moved up in that weight class after he won this weekend.
Who's that?
Figueredo. He beat Montel Jackson this weekend.
Okay. Yep.
The God of War. He has that line like, have you ever played the game God of War?
I have not. No.
The main character?
Yeah.
He has that.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Seen enough clips.
I can't remember his name now. What was his name? Kratos.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, the God of War. Well, I mean, I was thinking about, never mind, he had 2 losses against Hagen and Petr Yan. Figueredo, since he moved up to 135. But if he moved to 135, he beat Rob Font, he beat Cody Garbrandt, he beat Marlon Vera, and he lost Petr Yan and Hagen. Now he beat Montel Jackson. He probably got at least 2 more wins before he can go back into title contention, probably.
Yeah.
And they're in the Dvalishvili bracket. Literally, that's the Dvalishvili. He's the top of the bracket. It's hard to like how many people can defeat him because if he going at this rate, 4 matches a year.
Exactly. Yeah.
What can he do?
Run out of people real quick.
Yeah, I mean, the other ones they can fight each other all they want to, but they stay on the top. Like they have to make an interim title, and it's not like they can make an interim title because he's really active. Usually, interims are usually for fighters that are not active for champions. But he's a champion, and they just have to. I guess they have to start giving participation trophies because
We don't want everybody else to lose hope.
yeah, I was telling my wife how he stole Sean on my list.
It's,
He celebrated with a Jack LML. Highly disrespectful. That's how what kind of wild guy he is. Well, who else is in the car? We talk about Jan Blakovic. I think we talked about him last week. He's going to be in the car as well. All Polish power.
it's Goose Golf.
Yes. Then you have Brandon Moreno, flyweight, Brian Tatsuro, Tyra, and then the cringe of the cringe. Not the cream on the top, but the cringe of the cringe. Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. How do you think he will do? I mean, he lost against Song Yudon. He lost against. He's 0-3 in the last 3 fights.
It definitely seems like he's lost it. Whatever it is, I don't know.
He hasn't won since 2020, 5 years ago. And he retired.
Yeah, he really should have stayed retired.
Yeah.
Golly. I imagine he's thinking of himself.
Do you think he got that itch back because he was training a couple of fighters? Remember, he was Sam Lee, Figueredo, his coaching. Yeah, I think for a minute he was the girl. She's fighting for the title now.
Was she working for Kayla Harrison? Was he
No, she hates him.
training with her?
No, she.
Oh, okay. I knew there was something there. Okay, that's what it was.
She's like, you better tell your boy to shut the fuck up. Yeah, she hates him.
And she'd probably beat his ass too.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is the funny part.
I can't remember what was that. They did a bet or something like that. She was going to become a champion in the UFC.
Right, yeah, dude.
Yeah, she hates him. She just loved that shit out of him. Well, yeah, he has some. Do you think he had the itch back after he saw some of the people that he was training? He thought he was like be able to hang during practice, but then he came like to compete again, and he wasn't the same that as dominant as he used to be.
Maybe. I'm trying to think. When did he come back? I thought he came back for a fight. I thought there was a pretty good fight that he came back for.
Aljamain Sterling, when Aljamain Sterling was a champion, he lost.
Okay.
He was a split decision in that one.
Yep. Okay, I thought it was something decent that he came back for. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's hard to, stop yourself at some point, and maybe especially being offered a title fight.
Yeah. And then he ran to Dvalishvili when he's trying to build his record again, and Dvalishvili just destroyed him. For some reason, I thought he broke his arm because he had a big welt on his arm. Whenever he fought Dvalishvili, I think he was blocking a kick, and then he just got ragdolled. And that's 24. And then earlier this year in February, he went against Sanyadon, and he lost a decision. I think where was that card? I think that was in China. It was in February 22nd. No, Seattle. What was it? Yeah, Seattle. That's what it was. It's a Fight 9. Because remember I told you that both of them were in the 2008 Olympics, that Cejudo was competing in there when he won his gold in 2008 Olympics while Sanyadon was selling t-shirts outside.
Yeah.
In Beijing.
Yes, I remember.
And they crossing path later on.
That really is. That's so crazy. It's funny to think. So Cejudo, being the cringe king, kind of gained his popularity being cringy, but that only works when you win.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's really funny because now he's kind of irrelevant, to be honest. Now that he's on a losing streak, still cringy, but on a losing streak, nobody pays him any attention. At least, I mean, I know he's there, but looking at any of his fights too closely, it's funny. I mean, that strategy works, but then there's other guys that, I don't know, I'm thinking like Cowboy Cerrone, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't win all the time, but I loved watching him fight. You know what I mean? Definitely see the different, strategies on how to gain your fame. I mean,
do you think
worked well in his time.
It also has to do something with, you'd be surprised if people put up with winners. Pays off to win. They put up with certain things because you're winning. Like, well, we have to deal with this guy because he's winning. Not that he's not winning. We don't have to deal with this guy.
That's true. Yeah.
He is a good strategist and also like a commentator, like breaking down stuff. But being Cringe and those kind of like that personality kind of close on doors for those kind of jobs. Because he's willing to deal with that kind of stuff.
Right. 100%. Yeah, I have heard him break down some fights, and he's got a good fight IQ. But yeah, it's just like I don't want to listen to him.
It's kind of like in jiu-jitsu, you want to be a good trainer partner, and like whether you're doing good or bad, you always want to be a good training partner and help others. But if you're somebody that is really good and just like arrogant and just beating the fuck out of everybody, then you just like and then you just saying wild shit and like people deal with you, but when you start losing, like don't want to deal with you, like don't I don't want to roll with you.
Yeah.
You lose, I don't want that rub on me.
Yeah.
Kind of same way.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
Be a good sport, literally. But yeah, and then I guess he's trying to do some athletes do like especially in the sport they want to sell themselves because for the entertainment value. Because to a certain extent, he had to use that at one point to save the
Yes.
125-pound weight class. At one point, Dana White was trying to get rid of the 125 weight class. He got rid of Mighty Mouse, traded him for Ben Askren, and then he was bringing down TJ Dillashaw to be Henry Cejudo, which TJ Dillashaw was 135-pound champion. Beat Cejudo, he can close the weight class because there's nothing in there. Well, it backfired him, and TJ Dillashaw failed a drug test. He got suspended. You remember that?
Okay. I do. I remember him being suspended. I did not remember that being okay. Wow.
And then he became the Cringe to keep that weight class. That like, you want to see me, you have to this I'll bring ice, being the triple C. But by the time he was a triple C, he was when he beat Marlon Moraes. Which Moraes was a champion, but he didn't seem like he was a dominant champion because his fights were like up and down, up and down. He win some, lose some until he worked his way into title contention. I think his coach was Frank Hager's coach, Mark Henry. That's what it was. He's a good coach, but Marlon Moraes, he used like up and down. I mean, some fights you could see whenever he was fighting, the coach was yelling, "Hey, remember about your kids." So you never your coach tells you those kind of things during the competition, extra stuff like, to motivate you. It's not a good thing.
Right.
They want to tell you breakdown techniques, this is like what you have to do and stuff like. But if they have to bring out your kids and your family, no, it's not a good look.
Yeah, that's valid.
So, I mean, he got TKO by Henry Cejudo in the third round in that fight. And then he started talking madness. And then he beat Dominic Cruz too, second round, in which both of them are highly opinionated, those two fighters.
Yes.
Because you know how Dominic Cruz is really competitive. And he lost, and he was mad, no nonsense. Keith Peterson, remember the referee? He hated it. Like he said he smelled like alcohol and stuff like that. But also this during the time in 2020 where a lot of the times the referees had to use hand sanitizers. What do you smell when you have hand sanitizer? Alcohol. So he said he was drunk. That's the reason why he
Yeah.
decided to stop his fight early. I think he did.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's really competitive. Like they talk about him, what he's competitive about everything. Like you go like to go cars, he like take everything. Like I like one of those guys. And beating somebody like that, so I guess that smoke got to his head, and then he got humble with Cejudo when he came back 3 years later and lost against the camp Ray Longo. I mean, Aljamain Sterling, Marab Dvalishvili, both of them trained under him. Beat Cejudo, and then Son Yudong, which is not really a well-known fighter, and beat him two in the Seattle card. So I don't know if he was taking that lightly, that match, or not. Well, he's only fighting like once a year. If this is gonna be his last one, I don't know how he will do. Or also, Peyton is one of those guys that's coming up on the. It's like up and comer as far as like people want to see him.
Yeah, definitely been seeing him more. And he's had some good fights if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
He's striker mostly.
Yes, he started doing his working striking because he got out strike in the first fight that he had in the UFC. I think
Okay.
that one, not this one, the last one, but the one before that one. He looked like one dimensional. So He worked on his striking, kind of like whenever by Erceg. One point he was like his striking wasn't that good. Then one time he used like came in ball headed, shave his head, multi striking. Who is this guy? I think it's a TCD was for triangles, but his striking was good. So it looks like he's working his striking. I mean, he's up and comer. He has a lot of for him. I don't know if he's in his 20s, pin.
Yeah, 27.
So he has a lot to. I mean, he's already there, almost his prime.
Right. Yeah, he's got lots of time left. So
Yeah. So we'll see how it does. I mean, where does this card takes place? 2023, Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. Now, will this be the last pay-per-view for ESPN probably before they go roll over to Paramount Plus?
yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Unless they have one final one planned, but I wouldn't think.
I can't remember what kind of deal it is because I don't know if ESPN was part of T-Mobile Arena deal because they have to have so many T-Mobile Arena cars in a year and so many ESPN cars, not just pay-per-view but also fight nights. I mean, you have to imagine that in order to, if the fighters don't get paid unless they fight, and they have a big roster, so they have to fight about almost every week. And so I wonder if the T-Mobile Arena deal was part of that deal, or it was just T-Mobile Arena deal altogether. Because only time it was just one time that they did in Vegas. It was T-Mobile Arena was because of Canelo was fighting there last year. They have to go to the stratosphere. I mean, to sphere, not stratosphere. But I'm not sure if the deal is still on with T-Mobile now that they're going from ESPN.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows the kind of deal that the UFC makes?
It does, yeah. I mean, it does seem like they're trying to switch things up. So, really interesting to see what decisions they make.
Another thing that I just remember, how many Abu Dhabi's cards have been? Because remember during COVID, there was a lot of them, like 5 island cards. But then a lot of those, they moved into UFC Apex, those cards in there. So I wonder, like, how many more they're going to do? Mainly, Russians will be fighting there. What's the name? That pirate?
Yeah.
Bullet?
Yeah, red haired dude.
Yeah. He has to fight there, Abu Dhabi. Because now the commission will allow him to fight.
Yeah. This kind of a crazy one. I mean, I know he's a good fighter, but like, yeah, I don't know. That seems very, very limiting for Dana.
Yeah, especially for a champion, because champions, you want to have him fight different places.
Right.
We'll see what next year brings Paramount Plus deal. Because I don't know how much. They say how much they will pay the UFC in the deal.
They said?
Yeah, remember whenever the Paramount Plus, how much was it? I can't remember. Okay, so 7 years, 7.7 billion. Starts in 2026. It ends pay-per-view era.
That'll be nice, at least.
Yeah. So I mean, CBS Sports, some of the fights will be there instead of ESPN. I can't remember who is on the Paramount. Because remember some of the fights that were in on ABC? Because they're on the ESPN. Yep. CBS is part of the Paramount.
Okay. Interesting.
Paramount, CBS, Nickelodeon, NTV, Comedy Central, BET. Who's the other one? Smithsonian. That's not a channel though. But that's usually the channels that are in there. But that would be interesting to see.
Very, yeah. Hopefully they handle it better than YouTube.
Yeah.
Or not YouTube, Netflix, sorry. Netflix has handled the boxing matches.
Yes, crashing.
Golly, yeah.
Do you want to close this out?
Sure, yeah.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoy the breakdown, make sure to give us a follow on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, all major platforms, iHeartRadio, there's iTunes. Drop a comment. Who impressed you the most this week? Aldo's farewell, or Oliveira's rebirth, or Marcelo's return? Until next time, stay sharp, stay humble. As always, keep your Mat Matters strong.
Thanks for tuning in to the Mat Matters podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube, so you never miss an episode. Drop us a review, share with your training partners, and keep rolling on and off the mat. Until next time, keep fighting, keep learning, keep growing.